Hi everyone, good morning. I'm sorry I got delayed. Okay, so I just started the cluster. I hope it is going on. Let it start. So in the last session, we have seen a few functions like how we can read the data from the data frame by using the select function. We have come across it, and select expr also we have seen to write the expression if you wanted to write. And along with the select function, if you wanted to write an expression, then we have seen expr also. This expr and call function we have seen from the PySpark SQL module, PySpark SQL functions. So all the functions are related to PySpark SQL module will be available in this place. And we also came across a filter function in order to restrict the data. I asked you to check even the where. So wherever the filter is applied, in that particular case, you can apply where function also. So that we have seen till the last session. And today I'm going to take you through few more functions, how you're going to handle it. And even we have seen the EF function also from this place, from the SQL module. Here is also available, so that we came across it. Okay, so let's go for next few more functions. The next function is drop function. Okay, so we have seen how we can create a emp underscore df data frame from this place. If I wanted to drop any column from the data frame, you can use it. I mean to say, drop is used to drop a column from the data frame. You can drop a single column and you can drop a multiple columns. You can drop multiple columns also. So when you go for dropping multiple columns, how you're going to do it? The simple is like if you have a data frame with 100 columns, a data frame with 100 columns, if you have, if I wanted to take 98 columns, to take 98 columns, to take 98 columns. So generally what you have to do is you have to go for column 1, comma, column 2, comma, column 3. So something like this, you need to write a statement. So typing 98 columns is very difficult, but dropping 2 columns is easy. Okay, so in that case, how you can display that we are going to see. Okay, so drop is also sometimes it is very important, and it is going to drop the whatever unwanted columns you're having, that columns you can drop it by using the drop function. How can you remove a column from the data frame? Here I'm asking remove commission from the emp underscore data frame. Okay, so how we can do it? We'll see. Let it up. Now the cluster is up and running. Now I'm just going to show you, I'm just going to create a data frame. Let's go somewhere I have created. Here I have created. So let me execute this one. Let me create a data frame now. Now just observe what is there inside the CMP underscore df. Df dot show. So let me make this as a comment here. So drop is a data frame API function. Drop is a data frame API function. So what I'm trying to say here is from this particular data frame, I wanted to take out this commission, remove this commission, remove it. So if you wanted to do this, how you can do it? Just observe how exactly I'm going to do. Drop. Then column name is, I'm just going to say commission. Now I can give this result into another data frame, df1 equals to. Now if I say df1 dot show, then it is going to remove this commission column because data frames are immutable. Now I cannot see the commission column here. Okay, so instead of keeping this inside one other variable, another data frame, I'm just trying to show here itself. Dot show. Then it is going to show the data for only, except this commission column, it is showing the data. So this is how we are going to use it. And if I wanted to drop multiple columns, then how you can drop multiple columns? Let me take you through this. Thirty-two, 33. When you drop multiple columns from data frame. Okay, so emp underscore df, I wanted to drop. So let me say what columns I wanted to drop here is I wanted to drop hire date and commission. Remove hire date and commission. So emp dot show, when I show it, it is going to have all the columns, but I don't want to have all the columns. So I'm just going to keep only except this hire date and commission I wanted to do it. Then you can say drop. So in the drop, you're going to say hire date, comma, commission. So these two columns I wanted to remove it. Then you can say dot show. With comma separator, you can specify whatever the number of columns you wanted to drop it. Now you can see. So it is going to drop those columns. Next is drop duplicates. Okay, let me take this use cases. How can you remove the duplicates from the data frame? I'm just showing here. So drop duplicates. When you have a duplicated records in the data frame, if a data frame is having, if data frame is having a duplicates, then how can you remove them? How can you remove them? Okay, so in order to remove the duplicates, we are going to use drop duplicates function. So drop duplicate from the data frame API only. It is used to get the unique values of the data frame. So in order to explain this, I need to have a data for that. So I'm sure there is a sample data I have kept. There is a file called customer.csv. That customer.csv is having the duplicated records. I'm just going to make sure is the file available in the Azure storage or not. Let's go to the portal. Let's go to the container called data files. Not this one. So landing. Inside landing, I have a source. Inside source, I have a inside source only, if I'm correct. Okay, so let me upload the file here. Customer.csv file. We say the data here. So I'm having this data. So for this, so I need to read the data from this place into the data bricks. Then how we can read it? So I'm just giving the steps here so that you can easily understand how you can do it. Read data from customer.csv file, which is located in ADLS. Define the schema with the schema DDL. And third step is create a data frame and observe it. And then final fourth step is remove duplicates. So this is what you're going to do here in this particular case. So I'm just going to define the schema customer underscore schema equals to. So I'm just keeping everything here. Customer ID is integer data type. Customer first name is string data type. And this is also is a string data type. This is also string data type. And age is integer data type. Okay, so this is how the data types I'm just specifying for this customer. And then you need to read the data from the CSV file. Okay. just say okay. So now read the data from the CSV file. So how we can read it is spark dot read dot format of CSV, and then you're going to say option header or true, and then you're going to load the data. Source file path equals to ADLS, sorry, MNT, ADLS, a landing. Inside landing, we have a source. Inside source, you have a customer.csv file. Okay, so I'm just going to keep this path inside this here. The result I'm just going to keep inside the cust_df equals to. Now display of your cust_df. Just execute it. So you're having the data is like this. If you observe clearly in this particular case, you're having these two records are duplicated records. Duplicated records. And this two also, not only this two, duplicated records. So I wanted to keep only one record here. Out of this two, only one record, either one of them I'm going to keep here, and here also either one of them, here also either one of them. Okay, so I wanted to remove the duplicate records. So in order to remove the duplicate records, I'm having the data here. So this entire thing is there in the cust_df. So cust_df dot drop duplicates, I need to use it. Drop a duplicate function I can use to remove the duplicated records. Now just observe what happens if I apply drop duplicates. Cust_df dot drop duplicates. Dot show. Now you can see here. You cannot find the duplicate values here. There is only unique values are available. So that is what the drop duplicates is going to do it. It is used to get unique values from the data frame. So there is a one more function in order to remove the duplicates. That function also, let me take you through that. Distinct. The use case here is 34. 35. So it is also used to get unique values of a data frame. Okay, so same to same. So I don't want to read the data again because I already read the data. So I can use the existed data frame. So I'm just going to take it directly here. Dot distinct. Dot show. So it is also going to give the same result. You can see here. But if you observe, there's a nulls are there here. Basically, I don't need to have this nulls. I don't want to have this nulls. So I wanted to take out this null. I wanted to take out this null. If I wanted to take out this null, then you can use the function called drop NA. So drop NA, what it is going to do is, it is going to remove the row if the entire row is null. In this particular case, this entire row is a null. If the entire row is null, then it is going to drop it. So drop NA is also is one of the important function, and I faced an interview question for this. Drop NA and fill NA. So there is one more function, that is a fill NA function. So what you can fill with if there is a null or if there is a blank. Just let me take this over here. Fill NA. Drop NA. So what drop NA is going to do is it is going to drop that. Five 36. Okay, so it is just to remove blanks or nulls from the data frame. Now, if you see this data frame here, cust underscore df dot show, then you're having some blanks are available. So I wanted to take out the blanks. So how many blanks are there in this place? You can see this is one entire row is a blank and this is entire row is a blank. So remove them. So how you are going to remove them? How you are going to remove is, let me say, drop NA dot show. Now if I execute it, you can see the only non-null rows. So entire, oh my God, what is this? I understand. What is the reason behind this? So what happens is when I create this data frame, I have not used the schema. Okay, so let me use the schema here. Schema dot load. Now just re-execute it. So it is going to be same result, no change in that. Now drop NA is going to drop this particular rows. Now you can see. So the blank rows are removed. So drop NA also is important function. When there is a completely blank rows in the data frame, you can remove them. So here I'm just keeping directly a show here. So show will be for only for development point of view. Okay. So we are not going to use this once you have done complete of your activities, and you're going to keep this result into the another variable df1 or something like that. Okay, so and then you are going to write this data to the target. So how we can write the data to the target, we are going to see on tomorrow's session. But today I'm just going to apply a few more transformations on top of your data frame. So that is about this drop NA, and fill NA I have okay. So let me show you here. Drop NA, we have seen. Now fill NA. So here I faced one interview question when I tried for myself. So that was from TCS. Okay, so I'll give that question, but you need to wait for till a few more functions. I need to talk about it. So that's fine. So how can you replace a zero with nulls in the data frame? How can you replace nulls with zero in the data frame? So in order to do that, we are going to use the function called fill function. It is used to replace the nulls with the specified values. Okay, so in this particular case, I need to have a employee data frame. I think I have a commission in emp underscore df, so I don't need to create it. So let me say emp underscore df dot show. Now just observe here, I have a nulls here. I have a nulls. So all these nulls I wanted to keep the zero. So if I wanted to keep all of them as a zero, then what you can do is you have to say you have to use the fill NA function. Fill NA 0. So wherever there is a null, it is just going to print it. Wherever there is a null, it is going to replace the 0. Just fill NA. Inside the function, what value you wanted to pass, you can pass it. You can see it. Okay, so that is about the fill NA function. And then very important function, I'm just going to take it here. But before that, I'll take you here one thing in the customer DF. That is 7. Write a PySpark code to get only unique records from CA state. So for this one, I wanted to get this data. Can anyone give the answer for this? Can anyone try? So in order to do this, what you can do first? You're already having a data frame. Create cust underscore df if it is not existed. The next step is so I'm asking to get the data only for CA. Okay. Apply filter to get records from CA state. Get only unique records. Now you tell me now. I gave the steps also how you can do it. So already custody F is available, so I don't need to create it. I'm just showing for reference. And also I'm just saying and make sure there should be no blank rows. And remove blank rows. So how can you do that? So if you think you can give the answer. First step is done because already your custody F is already existed. So that is fine. The second step is you need to get the data for only CA state. So in that case, you need to use the filter function. In the yesterday session, we come across it. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just going to say filter. Filter. The column name is state equals to CA. Dot show. Now if I execute it, it is going to give the data for only CA. Now you can see I have a CA data only. Whatever the data is there here, that is completely related to state CA. But I'm having a duplicate rows. This entire result, I'm just going to create it. I'm just going to keep it in a df1. And we should not show this. And df2 equals to df1 dot drop duplicates. And df2 dot show. df2 dot show. Okay, so this is what you're expecting. Okay, so this is not a duplicated records because age is different. That is fine. But the problem here is like, you're splitting into multiple lines. That is fine. This is going to give more readable. But instead of having all these things in multiple lines, I can do it in a single line also. If you are able to understand, then you can do it in a single line. There will be no impact. The same thing, how I'm just going to do it to just observe. I don't need this. This one, I'm just going to move it to the next line. Dot drop duplicates. Dot show. Let's execute it. It's going to give the same result. Okay, so in the single line also, you can write it. Okay, so that is about this one, 37, 38. So with column 38, 39. So create a columns. Okay, so I'll take this one. First, I will take simple one because we already done. Create a column. Create a new column or add a column. Add a column to the data frame to define salary plus 100. Okay, so salary plus 100, I'm just going to define it. So with column function is used to create a new column. With column data frame dot with column function is very, very, very important. So very important it is. Okay, so I used many times this particular function. To create a wherever you wanted to create a new column, then you can use this. Okay, so the equivalent for this in data factory is derived column transformation. In derived column transformation also we came across it. And if you remember, even in the Databricks, we have seen with select expr, we have come across it to define the column. And we also came across select plus expr. So these two combinations we came across it. Apart from that, there is a one more thing, that is a with column. So we are going to use the with column. Sometimes this select expr is not going to helpful. Like if I wanted to generate the row number, I cannot generate the row number with select expr, but if you can go with the with column, then it is possible. So some places with column is much more important and easy, and some places the select or select expr is going to be helpful. So depends on the requirement, you have to take a decision. Now in this case, I wanted to do this one. We have done this with select plus expr and select expr functions. So without that, I'm just going to give it, and I'll give the differentiation also. What is the difference between them? When I create a new column with data frame, how exactly it is going to show? And if I go with select expr, then how exactly it is going to show? So just observe here, I'm just going to have a employee underscore df dot show. I have a salary column. So I wanted to add salary plus 100. Then what I can do is, I'm just going to say with the column, inside this with column, you need to give the name of the column. I'm just giving the name of the column is salary plus 100. Then definition of the column, salary plus 100. Dot show. Let's execute it. Okay. So here is one problem. You have to give the column reference. Okay, so when I give this in the double quote, it is not giving it. Okay, so if I have given like this, still it is not getting identified because it is treating this as a string. If I take out this, it is going to say it is not identified. Salary is not defined. So in that case, what you can do is two options are there. I'll tell you, this is there. You can say emp underscore df dot salary. So then it is going to give it. Okay, so emp underscore df dot plus 100. If I say, then it is going to give the exactly what I'm expecting. So 8,000 plus 100, 8,100. 1,600 plus 100 is 1,700. Instead of this, we can also have a one more option. You can also take that. Let me comment this one. So I'm just going to say emp underscore df dot with column salary plus 100, comma. If I say salary plus 100, it is not getting right. So we are getting an error. Dot so I'll tell you. So I'm just going to say this is there in a double quote. But still it is having an issue. Okay, so anyhow. So what I can do here is I'm just going to say call of, we have used this function. We are saying this is a column name. But call is not taken because this is there in the module. Okay, so what I can do is I'm just going to add one new shell here from PySpark dot SQL dot functions import call. Now just try. Now you can see the data. So you're saying this, whatever I just kept inside this double quote, if you wanted to treat this as a data frame column, then you need to use the function called call function. So this call function is available in the SQL module. So because of that reason, we imported this function explicitly. Is everyone with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so either one of the way you can use it. Add a new column to the data frame to define gross salary. That is salary plus commission. So emp underscore df dot show now I'm just going to say salary plus commission. I'm going to say, just observe, with column. So column name is gross salary. I'm just giving something like this, comma, then definition. The definition is call of salary plus call of commission dot show. Just execute it. This entire thing I'm just going to keep in the bracket. Just debug this one. With the column, not columns. Plus call of commission. But if you see here, 8,000 plus null is getting. So I wanted to control this. I'm just taking co-lessee, comma 0. So co-lessee is not defined, right? I'm just going to import this function also here. Now we just try now. So this 0 you cannot give directly. You have to say lit of 0. So again, this lit also is available here. You have to take the lit. So I just wanted I'm showing the errors. Now you can say 8,000 plus null is 8,000. 1,600 plus 300 is 1,900. Okay, so how we can use the coalesce function in the PySpark style? With select expire, when you go with the select expire, you can write the expression as a SQL style. Okay, so the same thing, I'm just going to try to do it with select function. Just observe select expr emp underscore df dot select expr emp number ename job hire date salary commission dpt number, and here you can say salary plus policy commission comma 0 as gross salary dot show. So this is what we have seen in the SQL style. Here also it's going to give the same result. You're writing the expression here is a SQL style of the expression, but here it is a PySpark style of the expression. Okay, so here if I wanted to add this gross salary, I can add at any place. You can just take this cut and keep it here. Okay, so wherever I want, I can add it. But with column, you can add only at the end. The difference between with column when you add the new column or when you add the column with select expr can keep the column at any place. But here it is going to keep the column at the end. Okay, you got my point, right? And if I wanted to bring this into the next to commission, then you have to specify the column names here. Dot select. We know about the select already. EMP number, ename, job, hire date, salary, commission, gross salary, and debit number dot so. So if you want to go to the next line, then you can use this one backslash, I guess. Yeah, backslash. And then you have to keep the dot. So that means it is going to be dot you're going to say. Let's execute it. Is this. select EMP number, e-name, job, hire date, salary. What is missing? Yeah. So column name was missed. Okay, so typos. Basically, it is a gross salary. Okay, so this is how we are going to do it. I'm stopping here. We're going to see the rest of the functions on tomorrow. Any questions before stopping? Okay, then we'll see you on tomorrow.
Okay, sir.